Hi everyone. Elio here for you, live from Norway, from the Mondosol headquarter office. And we are today in the Power Show talking about episode 10, the Airbnb story, my story, your story. Join live now on Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, and maybe LinkedIn. I have to make a phone call to my friend Bill Gates. Let me just adjust here a little bit. And let me make sure also everything is fine with the audio. I'm just gonna make sure, I'm hearing myself correctly. And if you are tuned in, please let me know. Let me know what's going on, that will be fine. If there are any problem, like we always do, yeah, let us know, please. Write in the chat, on YouTube, on Facebook, it's good to know if you think there is a problem. To me, it looks like it's working on YouTube and it's working also on Facebook. Okay, so awesome. Now let's go straight to the point. We are on season two on the Empower Show. We've done the season one. It was about how to manage a property, in hospitality, in travel industry, a property which can be anything from a hall to a hotel, a hostel, a castle, a boat, a camping, whatever you got where you want to host someone. Okay, how to manage that. That was season one. Go back in time, go back in the past, watch the recording. Lucky for you, I recorded, so you can go and learn a ton from these free webinars on YouTube and Facebook for you, my friend, now live. So today, episode 10, season two. Season two is about how to acquire a property. So acquire and manage a property. Either or, you can take it from here or from there. Those are two different seasons. If you are in the game, you want to know how to do it better, right? So if you have a property already, you want to know how to manage it. If you're not in the game, you want to get in the game, this is for you. Season two, it's for beginners or for people, newcomers, people who just want to join and seize an opportunity. Okay, so Tsepo, our diamond from South Africa is with us. Thank you, Tsepo. We want you to rap sometime. I asked Tsepo, since he's a famous rapper in South Africa, to make the rap for Mondosol, and I gave him a song which is it's from a old singer in Italy. The song, it's called Il Mondo, and as you can hear, it's similar to Mondosol. And the song is about the word. Mondosol means word, mondo, and sol, sun, the word of sun. And the song is a very nice song. It's now it has been remade by a lyric trio, very young, very famous, called Il Volo. If you go on YouTube, you will find this song Il Mondo from Il Volo, and you can hear the lyric. Someone tell me that Italian is a very musical language. They like to hear the sound of the voice as well as the body language, very typical of Italian. But anyway, I asked our Diamond team member from South Africa, Tsepo, to make a rap or to make a song from that version for Mondosol. Be very funny, very interesting to see the result very soon coming. I remember me and my daughter, we were just tool in Norwegian. It's having fun, kidding. We were singing over that song from Il Volo. Anyway, we are here today to talk about the story of Airbnb, or the story of Mondosol in Airbnb. As you want to see, we contact 1 million people today, try to get them on board. I guess it's not that easy. You are busy, everyone is busy, I'm busy. I decided to sacrifice my time, my life for you, to be here today to talk right to you. I love to work on myself. I love to listen motivational video, watch motivational movies, and read motivational books. So don't get me wrong, I have plenty of things to do, and I decided to be here for you as much as you like it. Abhinav is here, so I'm very happy to see Abhinav. He's having a very hard moment, and you know, everyone encounter difficulties in life. Everyone is going through pain in life, and you can be bitter or you can be better. This is up to you. Life will put you in the corner and will beat you down to the hell, and it's up to you to get up. And I'm saying this to everyone listening because I've been there. There were many times in my life I've been in the corner, you know, and they really punched me down, even physically. You know, I grew up on the street. It was a tough area. There were a lot of kids with a lot of problems, parents in jail, drugs and stuff. And I remember it was a lesson of life. Either you beat or you get beaten. So life, it's very hard, and you probably know it already. So what I want to say is that we are here to empower you in hospitality and in life. Okay, we brought this show for you from Mondosol because we wanted to empower people who are working in hospitality or who are thinking to join this industry, this game that we love so much. We are so happy to be here with you. You know, it's a great pleasure to meet you in real life. You know, if you if if you don't want to be a stranger, what I suggest you to do is go over to the Facebook group. It's free, it's open. You can just join it. You don't have to. I'm just saying, if you don't want to be a stranger, and stranger is nothing bad. But let's say if you want to be family, if you want to be friend, then introduce yourself. Go over to the Facebook group where I'm on it. Abhinav Tsepo and many others are on it, and more people are coming. So come, introduce yourself. Let us know, even now, live, who you are, what you're doing, why you're here, what are you doing in this life. Okay, I'll be very interesting to know and see if I can be at service to you. You know, I'm here in this life, in this world, to serve you. So we are talking about the Airbnb story. What's your story, by the way? You know, if you are listening this in 1 month, 1 year, 10,000 years, I would like to know. 10,000 years, I don't know if Airbnb will be here, but my team will be here. Maybe not. I would like to know, what's your story in Airbnb? You know, I started in 2014, not in Airbnb. Actually, I started in another company called HouseTrip. HouseTrip is now, it's a Swiss company, part of TripAdvisor. TripAdvisor, you know, is the famous American company. I think it's like the big four, the big five. You have Booking.com, you have Expedia, you have Airbnb, you have TripAdvisor, and I don't know the others. But you have a HouseTrip, now part of TripAdvisor, together with other company. They've done some acquisition recently. So I started with HouseTrip. Yes, Abhinav. Yes, thank you. So I started with HouseTrip, with this hospitality journey. I'm still on it, you know, up and down, like a roller coaster, up and down. But I'm still on it, on this journey. Some problem on it? I hope no. Yeah, it should be working. Yes. So what I wanted to say is that it wasn't even Airbnb the beginning of everything. It was actually HouseTrip, and then I remember actually we did a lot of different OTA, online travel agency, and Airbnb came actually a little bit after, not right away. But anyway, long story short, we approached Airbnb back in April 2014, and what we did, it was like, we wanted to try something in an untried area. You know, Mondosol existed. We were getting some traction back from Italy into language training. We were teaching English and Norwegian, Italian, French, and then we moved to Norway. We moved the business and our life to Norway. English was not so much on demand, So we try more with other languages and other topics. So we continue with education, and then I hope there are no problems. I see myself talking. I just see on Facebook it's coming slow, but I hope everything's fine. So I'll continue talking, and yeah, everything is working fine. Thank you very much. So back in the day, I was saying I was trying different channels, different online travel agency, and Airbnb was one of them. It happened to be one of the most effective. We actually decided to focus, and I have to say, after I read the book Get Paid for Your Pet, which is also a website, it's a blog, it's a podcast from Jasper Gloom. It's a friend of also Eric Monroe from the Airbnb Profit Club. You know, they're all very big expert. They know it all. They have done it. They've been there. They have properties. They are a reference and estimate colleagues. I have a lot of respect for them. And I remember Jasper saying it's better to focus than to spread around too much, because you might end up, you know, with one review here in Airbnb, one review there in TripAdvisor, and one review there in Booking.com, and the other millions of websites. I know, for example, Rental United, which is a channel manager, they kind of push you to have that approach very spread it, where you basically are using all the channels available in the market. And let me know which one do you prefer as a strategy. You prefer to focus on one or two channels, or you prefer to focus on as many channels as possible? It's not really a focus, but you prefer to spread, let's say spread. I know many hotels are doing like this. Many hotels, they use this powerful channel manager, vertical booking, SiteMinders, and many others. And then they basically use those channel manager to distribute their units, their rooms, their apartments, whatever they have that they rent out, that they host. They distribute to as many channels as possible. They even want a Galileo system that is using airline companies and is using travel agents and tour operator, and then they want to do private deal. They want as many channel as possible. Anyway, after the book, I remember we decided to instead take the focus strategy, the focus strategy approach, and we decided to focus almost 100% on Airbnb. It was a huge risk, you know. Airbnb, as a matter of fact, sometimes can shut down account or suspend or put a pause, and it happened to us. It happened to Mondosol. They do it automatically. They do it maybe by mistake or by their judgment. And what I'm telling you is that there is no better way, like Lufthansa. There is no better way. There is no better way. There is no best way, beast way. There is a way to do it, and actually, there is more than one. There are infinite way of doing things. So don't quote me on what I'm just saying, Jasper, or everyone else coming with some BS truth. There is no truth. The truth is always in the middle. The truth is hiding. The devil is hiding in the details. What I'm saying is that we decided to go for this approach. It might not be your approach, but we decided to focus on Airbnb, and it paid off because one day, back in the summer of 2017, I got an email from a journalist. And I gotta say, I sent thousands of emails to journalists. I've been sending thousands of emails to journalists asking for an article. And so I found it very strange. A journalist was asking me for an interview, for an article. And well, again, long story short, it said, you're one of the biggest in Airbnb. And guess what? Why? Because we decided to focus on Airbnb, the same company that today couldn't make it, and we are talking about them. Anyway, kudos to them. Airbnb was back then in 2014 an amazing company. It was a very human, very personal touch. I love to talk with the call center in Oregon. They were amazing people, girls and guys. They were very kind, very available. They were not pressuring you, you know, to get off of the call because they need to serve any other, you know, people calling in. They gave you all the attention and the time and respect you needed. Now, unfortunately, after 2014, 2019, you know, many years have passed, and a lot of people have joined Airbnb. A lot of people now working for Airbnb. Now, what can I say? like in everything, like in every person, something is good, something is bad. So more people working, the possibility it's higher to get bad people as well as good people, right? So I've been finding bad agents and I've been finding good agents. Now there are more agents, so the chances are higher that you find bad and that you find good. I think before, when it was a smaller company, they were more attentionate to details and to people, to host. Now it's this corporate conglomerate, corporation, whatever, and things are, slipping through their fingers. It's like they're out of control. I see Brian Chesky talking with the tobacco in the mouth. For the one of you who don't know what's the tobacco, I mean, here in Norway they're using it. I know I tried in US as well. Tobacco in the mouth. It's like you are having headache. You lose the control, and this is basically good for people who have a lot of tension and pressure and stress and worries. And it's kind of gas, no? It's kind of it's an anesthetic. It give you this feeling that you are up in the air, so you kind of forget what the hell it's going on in the heart, and all your problems, all your things. So I think even Brian Chesky, which I think is coming from a good background, the parents are social workers, so I have respect for him. The idea was to help people during the economic crisis. They actually didn't have any money, any job, and the only thing maybe they had, it was an apartment they were renting or owning. Maybe they heritage, and they maybe had a car in leasing or something. So the people who were lucky enough to have a house to live, even for rent, they basically decided to put it on Airbnb to survive. So I think the idea from Brian Chesky was a noble idea. So I gotta say, kudo to you, Brian, and Joe Gabbia, the two founders, and then Nathan joined after, the hacker, the computer technician. So the idea was for sure a great idea back in the days when there was the economic crisis, the financial crisis, the subprime, the real estate crisis. This sharing economy pop up as the last chance, the last train for the desperate people living on the street, living in the garden of their property, and maybe managing. I know the last course I took from the company called Ty Lopez. Ty Lopez is a famous social media influencer. You can check it out on YouTube and Google. And the last course I took from him, it was called Home Sharing Management, where I met Seppo, I met Jose, Darnell, Alberto, and many thousands of people. Ty Lopez is very famous. But anyway, he wasn't teaching anything. Maybe one lesson. So the teacher that was there was Brian Page, and Brian Page actually he was telling the story that back in 2007 he lost everything as a real estate investor. He was buying, flipping, refurbishing, changing a little bit, and then selling, and even building. So in 2007 he lost his underwear, he lost everything. So he had to start over, get a job, and get a place to rent. And what he did is that he needed money. So when the tenant moved out, probably without even saying the landlord, like Brian Chesky and Joe Gabbia, he started to rent out his not his room, but the room where he was renting. And I know a lot of Americans, they actually did that, as well as in Italy. I know a lot of students, without telling the landlord, they started to rent out on Airbnb to scrape some money to survive. Joe Gabbia and Brian Chesky, back in the day, they needed to pay rent because they were about to get evicted. And so they decided, okay, what are we going to do? What the hell? I mean, this is a very, very dangerous situation. So we need to do something. And Joe Gabbia said, but have air mattress. And they were in San Francisco. At that time, there was a convention about design. They are designers. They came out from the design school. I don't remember the name, the Gridi, the Grinsky, I don't remember. But anyway, there was a design convention in San Francisco. All hotels were booked up. So they said, we have space in the living room. We have the air mattress. So let's inflate the air mattress, put it on the living room. Let's put it up on Craigslist or whatever on their website. They created a website. I think it was called the Hair Bed and Breakfast. And then they found someone crazy enough to decide to come and sleep in someone stranger's home, in someone's living room, on a hair mattress. Punk enough, whatever you want to say, crazy, cockroach, whatever you want to say. whatever they said to Brian and to Joe Gabbia, now they are the 30 billion company. So guess who is the cockroach now? Who is the crazy one now? You know, kind of like Facebook and Twitter and Google and all those giant company that before, back in the day, they were just crazy to dream, crazy to imagine, crazy to even talk about it. So in Mondosol, we encourage dreamer, we encourage people with imagination, we encourage kids. I was just having my daughter, she's a bit sad because I'm going to London for the host 2019 event, the biggest event in Europe about hospitality. She was a bit sad because her daddy is not here in Halloween, and it's the first time in 5 years of her life that I'm leaving her, and for her it's a little bit difficult. So you know, it's part of life, I said to her, but as well, you know, those things happen, you know, and you gotta live with it, man. So we were talking about this story, the Airbnb story, how they managed to turn a hair mattress into a hair billion business, you know, a business with the B, the billions of dollars, the 30 billions of dollar evaluation. Now they're gonna go public, you know, they're gonna go on Wall Street. So the people now that they they were thinking Brian Chesky and Joe Gabbia, they were just cockroach and crazy. I think now they will probably put all their money in Airbnb. And I don't know what's gonna happen to Airbnb. Maybe Airbnb it's here to stay. I was reading the Airbnb story, which is a book, and you know how they were able to take an idea which is a very traditional one of the oldest business in humankind. It's host. I mean, the caveman, the prehistoric man was hosting someone in his cave, in our cave, the woman, the man, you know. So it's such a whole business model where basically you have a place to stay and you want to invite someone to stay with you and you want to exchange something. Back in the days it could have been food, it could have been clothes. Now it's money. Now, you know, you exchange money to sleep in someone's home. Or, as you actually want to see now, Airbnb is not just about someone's home. You also have a lot of inventory, which is our entire home. And this is the case for Mondosol. We have a small percentage, or actually none. None of our property owners are sharing their homes. You know, usually it's the second home. Maybe they have a building, maybe they have a company, they have an hotel, they have an host and a camping. So we are not so much into this Airbnb dream of sharing, you know. I'm not sharing. My wife will send me out of the home if I want to share my home. Are you sharing your home? Would you like to share your home? You know, would you like to share your bathroom with some, let's call them stranger? Maybe they are the best person in the world, maybe they are not, but still you don't know them and they can be anyone. You know, the first thing my father said when I wanted to start this Airbnb story, and I said, hey, you know, Daddy, you have an apartment in Sicily that you never use. It's a second home. I would like to try to rent it out. He said, they're going to trash it. People are going to come there. They're going to destroy. They're going to put it on fire. Water is going to come all over the house. And then the neighbor and someone is going to be killed. And they're going to steal everything. They're going to destroy everything. You know, this is my positive father saying that became that apartment one of the best property in booking.com, Airbnb, among all the properties in the area. We were preferred partner of booking.com with a very high average of 9.6 out of 10. You know, when people are scoring in booking.com, they score on a base of 10. 0 the lowest, 10 is the highest. And I remember with that apartment, now we're putting back that apartment. It's called Tasso Apartment. So if you want to check it up, you can check it up. Tasso Apartment, San Piero Patti, Sicily. And that apartment got the first year 9.6 as an average out of 10 in booking, and then 9.4 the year after. And I remember the few just there to give us low score. They were just BS. So we even give back the money. We didn't even want to deal with the type of people who are too cheap to appreciate that they were getting something like, I'm not saying this because of me or my apartment. I'm saying this because We were putting so much love into what we were doing, giving them like a luxury 5-star hotel and a price of a hostel. They were paying, I don't know, 10, 15 euros a person, and they were having a welcome basket and then breakfast for free. And they were having all the kinds of toiletries, and they were having a computer. They were having a 2-bedroom apartment, 2 people with one bath. I mean, they were in the city. They were having a cleaner, a concierge available for them 24/7. It was really. I was listening now to Simon, what's his name? I don't remember. But anyway, this motivational speaker talking about another hotel chain, very famous. And he said, I really had an amazing experience. I asked the worker that was dealing with me, was such a loving person, why do you care so much? And he said, they treat me so well. This is an amazing company. So with that being said, Mondosol as well is treating people so well, both the guests and the workers. You know, today is here, Tsepo. It's been with us now for a while, as well as Abhinav. We really care about people, the people who are representing, you know, the essence of life. We are here for them. So I'm here for you. I'm here for you. You know, today, transfer you the knowledge, the experience, what I got. You know, it can be little for someone, it can be a lot for someone else. I'm not here to brag. I absolutely, at this point of my life, I absolutely can care less about me as a person. I know one day I will be buried as well as you, by the way. If you're thinking you're something special, think again. You're nothing else than food for worms. This I'm saying because I used to be Italian. I'm still Italian. I'm joking. But in Italy, we kind of have a vertical society where, you know, you have the Pope close to God, is the closest person to God. What a behest can be there. Human being close to the infinite doesn't exist. But, you know, Italy, they believe in this behest. So it's a very vertical society. And that means everyone is trying to play very hard, trying to become what they are not, try to play big. You know, they want to sound big, very big when they talk. And so being here now in Norway, in Scandinavia, they have a horizontal society. You know, they're very humble, they fly down. And I appreciate that. I understand that at the end of the day, if you think about it, this is a journey. You just happen to be here for a moment and then you're gone. You're just borrowing whatever you think is yours. You are just borrowing. One day, my friend, or not my friend, my enemy, you have to give it away. So, you know, Trump is thinking, okay, I want to make a lot of money. I have to use this money to buy gold handle for my door. Guess what? Guess where he's going to put those gold handle of his door when he's going to die? You know, they tried Egyptian, they tried to bring it with them in the coffin in the pyramid, and they made someone else rich. They went there, they stole from the coffin, from the pyramid. They keep doing it, and someone else now has found some use. You know, they found it useful. But otherwise, there is no use of possession. We don't possess anything. Life possesses us. We belong to this world, to this earth. This was just a clarification. That's my belief. That's what I'm thinking, and that's why I'm here for you, talking to you right now. Try to give you everything I have, because whenever I'm gonna pass, you know, whenever it's gonna be my day to check out, I know I've been serving people. I know I've been giving everything I've got, everything I have, to everyone I could. That's why I decided to come live on a Saturday evening. You know, I could be cuddling with my toddler, my lovely daughter, my wife in the bed. You know, I could be watching some cool motivational movie I really like. I was watching, yesterday I said Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn is a motivational speaker, but it's actually Ron Clark, the movie of Ron Clark, a teacher. I really suggest you to go on YouTube. It's a free. You search for motivational movie, and then you will find Ron Clark's story, the story of this teacher. Great story, very inspiring. I really encourage you to watch it. Let me drink some tea. Okay, so today it's about Airbnb story, Airbnb process. And the Airbnb, like I said, it started from a hair mattress, and crazy enough, they were Brian and Joe. Joe Gabbia is Italo-American. Brian, I think, is from Ukraine or East Europe. So crazy enough, they decided to put this air mattress inflated in their living room. Then I think they shut it down, the project, after a month, and then they asked some other crazy like them to do the same. And for a while, they were calling their website the Hair Bed and Breakfast. And one of the requirements to join the hairbedandbreakfast.com was to have an inflated mattress. And so the people were like saying to Joe and Brian, "You're crazy. I don't have a hair mattress, and you are telling me to go and buy it, and I don't want to buy it." Those were the people broke, They needed some money. So they said to Brian and Joe, we have a sofa, we're gonna use a sofa. We have a bed, we're gonna use a bed. Whatever they had. I mean, we were discussing this many times with other people, and the funny part with this, is that you think, would you have done something like they did? I don't know. Maybe you would have done it, maybe not. But that definitely it's something that for them, they challenged themselves. They didn't succeed at first. I think they have relaunch. My friend Nathan likes so much this expression, relaunch. The Airbnb first called the airbedandbreakfast.com website 5 times. They send the press conference, press email. They send email to the press saying, this is the new website, come and visit, write an article, whatever. They've done that, and after 5 times they were successful. I was listening also the story of Wallaby Chrysler. After 42 times of failing and bankrupting, the 43 times he managed to create what everyone knows as Chrysler, today bought by Fiat, FCA. But that's the story for everyone. There is no success without failure. You will fail your way to success. I get sometimes some critics that I show up, I'm not so professional, or I don't look so good, I don't look so prepared. But after that, because what I'm thinking is this: I come from nothing. I absolutely come from nothing. My family, very humble family. Maybe the ancestor aristocratic or middle class, but my parents very humble. So I had to earn every inch of the way that I build up for myself. Every inch I had to fight to get it, and I'm still here fighting and grinding, because this is what I'm saying to you. Even if you fail, even if you are a failure, even if you are a loser, you can still make it. I mean, it's not written anywhere that because you started down, you cannot go up. Actually, if you look at life, even the successful people, they are doing up and down, up and down, up and down. I was reading about Jeff Bezos, not my favorite man in the world, but now he went down a bit and Bill Gates went up. So guess what? Even the most successful people went down. Even the most accomplished people, the most successful. There is no perfection, my friend. There is no perfection. So based on the fact that we are not perfect, we are here to fail. You have to fail. I have to fail. So I have to be here and do this every day. I committed here for you to be here every day and do this and get better and better and better. The first time didn't work out, the microphone, the camera, and the screen sharing, and this and that. And then my team members, my colleagues, they had problems. I went to Italy, naive enough. I was thinking, I'm going to go live from Italy. And then I find out Italy is not Norway. Internet is crap, especially when you're traveling, you're in this little village. Internet is this very basic ADSL, very slow. Lucky enough, I'm here in Norway where internet is very, very good. I'm very happy. And so I can, have this webinar streamcast, publish live on YouTube, on the Mondosol channel, and on Facebook, on the Facebook page Mondosol, and my personal profile, Elio Mondello Answers. So also on Periscope, and I didn't get it on LinkedIn if it's going or not, maybe not. I don't care. I mean, what I'm saying is that the Airbnb story, it's a story of failure to success. It's not a story of success. and they didn't think, as well as Facebook, they didn't think they were gonna become so big. I think kind of explode under their ass. They were not expecting to double and triple in size, or even more than that, year after year. So their story is the story of everyone. My daughter, when she born, before she started to walk up and talk, I think she spent almost 2 years. And she had to learn 3 languages, because I speak Italian, my wife English, and then my wife in Norwegian, and then me and my wife, we speak English. So my daughter spent probably more time than other kids to learn how to speak. But now she speaks 3 languages, and she's very good in mathematics. So again, you will fail your way to success, and the more you fail, the more you succeed. Look at Edison, for example. He failed 10,000 times to succeed so big with the Edison company, this electricity company that is huge. What's the name? The General Electrics. And you can see any other big failure, like KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. I don't remember the name of the whole man who basically had a stand, and he was cooking fried chicken all his life. He went to pension. The pension, it was not enough. He was broke. He had to take his paper luggage, travel around United States with the only thing he got in his life, which was how to make this fried chicken from Kentucky. He had this recipe, and he went around. I think he did 1,000 restaurants. Everyone say, "You must be crazy. I know how to make food. Get out of here. Get away from here." And I think after 10,000 or whatever, he got so many rejection. He was about to die when someone said yes, and then the history is now Kentucky Fried Chicken. It's one of the biggest chain restaurant in the world. McDonald's, what's the other name? Subway. Let me drink. So there are so many stories of people who succeed. Those people who succeed have been failing maybe most of their life. Even artists, Picasso, I think he got famous when he died. Van Gogh, he tried to suicide. So there are a lot of successful people who have been a huge failure all their life. And the key to success is actually failing enough. I think it's also the founders of Google. They say they've done a course on how to fail big and fail fast. Because when you basically exclude all the failures, you are positioning yourself to find the right key to succeed, the right way to do it, that thing. Because there are so many ways, infinite way to do one thing. And in order for you to find the right way, you have to try. You have to keep trying. And it's not easy. I wish I had someone here with me. I could take a break, but I will take a candy instead. I don't know why the throat is hurting a little bit. And I will go back to the story of Airbnb. So, back in 2009, I think these two young guys, I think they were on their 20s, they decided to put an air mattress in their living room. They decided to rent out this air mattress, kind of like an hotel room. You see, actually was in their living room. But I said, okay, let's see if someone is crazy enough to come into our living room to basically decide, yes, I want to sleep in your house, even though I don't know you. You are a stranger to me. You can kill me, and so I can kill you. But let's just see if someone is crazy enough. And they find actually more than one. They are telling the story. If you search for Brian Chesky's speech, you will hear his story as well. He will tell you about the Indian guy who was the first guest, and then invited him in his wedding, or invited him in India to see his property. And then it was another woman invited him for her wedding. And all this lovely story of people, they open their house, but those people open their heart. And it's this, amazing story where you connect emotionally, because is telling you the story is basically opening your home, opening your heart to stranger, because we all belong to this mother earth. We are all children of this mother earth. We are not stranger. We just need to introduce ourselves. So they base their success based on this review, trust. I'm here. This is my photo. This is myself. Let me show you with the video. Let me tell you with my story. I'm a credible person. They will check as well criminal records and Facebook and LinkedIn. It was kind of complicated. I'm not sure about now, but I remember whole people coming to me. They were asking me in the rooms that Mondosol is renting on Airbnb, and they were like, but why do I need to go on a camera? Why do I need to give my passport? And they were thinking they were giving it to me. But I know Airbnb process to authenticate is extremely complicated. It was, at least, but this was to guarantee a security, a trust in the community, so that even though you never seen that person before and you're kind of inviting that person in your house, you're sharing with that person intimate space, your home, it's your temple. So you are sharing, your bathroom, your kitchen, your living room, maybe even your room. So you're putting someone, some hypothetical danger person into your most private dimension, which is your home. Now people are locking themselves into the house because they don't want anyone to intrude, to aggress them. And so that was based on a very clever system they built up, all this verification, those profiles, those videos, those reviews. So they earned their success for sure. Some people has put money, so they were lucky enough to speed up the process. But their idea, their romantic idea, one, it was to help other people to survive, and then the other was to create this world interconnected, kind of Nokia. I remember Nokia as well. It was like we are all connected. But this idea that we all belong to this earth. Now we are all here. We are all here. There is no one who can say, but this is mine and it's not yours. This land, this planet. Someone is fooling. It's fooling himself, herself, saying, but I have a castle, I have a kingdom, I have a lot of apartments, hotels, so I am something and you are nothing. And they are fooling themselves just because, like I said, one day they will go under the earth, they will be hit by worms, and all they have will be given to someone else. Luckily for them, maybe to their family and friends. If they're not so lucky, it will go maybe lost. It will be lost, like their life. So you don't get lost. You don't fool yourself. Listen to me. The Airbnb story is the story of these two kids who had an ideal that you can open your homes, even if it's not even if you are renting that home. So you can still open it if you can, and then you can invite stranger people who don't know, to share what you got to share. So whatever space you had to share, your living room, your couch. They were competing with couchsurfing.com Airbnb. And then you can have those people living with you, and you can connect with them even more than with your friends and family. Funny story I heard, there was this guy who was renting out. Brian Chesky always tell the story. I think he's from UK. And he said to Brian, you're missing a word in Airbnb, which is friendship. And he said, once I had a problem, either I don't remember if it was a health problem or if it was in an emergency, but he wrote on Facebook that he had this emergency, this problem. And then he said the first one who replied to him were the guests he had in his Airbnb, even before his mother, his friends. So that was very romantic. And I remember Brian Chesky always telling the story. But it means something. Sometimes, those stranger, and I gotta say, even for me, I have all Mondosol guests, all Mondosol customers who are basically stranger. They're not my friends and family. And I have a lot of gratitude for these people who basically see our property, see our profile on a website like Airbnb, and then decided to book with us. They decided to trust us. They just Even, when sometime we were new, the first day of Mondosol in Airbnb, day one, day zero, actually, no review, no experience, no properties, no nothing. And someone, the first one, I don't remember the name, I think he was an American. Ciao Alberto. Hi Alberto. Hola. Alberto, our team partner in Texas, US. So I remember the first guest we had in Airbnb was an American girl, and she decided to trust us. I mean, the apartment was cheap and it was looking good. We took photos from Airbnb. Airbnb was giving free photography, not anymore. After we took the photography service ourselves, my father has been in this webinar, so he was taking pictures and we were staging. Me and my wife, my mother, we were all working. Now this is typical Italian, a little bit this family business. Even though now Mondosol, it's a little bit worldwide. It's Tepo, which is it's a person, it's a friend now that I met in a course. He's from South Africa. There is Abhinav, I met on a phone. I mean, he called me. He was working for another company. He's very often in this webinar. Unfortunately, something bad in his family happened, as well as Kemi. Kemi is from Nigeria, living in Ethiopia. I have now estimate colleagues from all around the world, and not necessarily friends and family, like I was saying before, but still there is this concept of belonging. There is this concept that you can be friends with basically anyone you connect, not necessarily your friends and family. Actually, it's strange, but for some people, friends and family are the worst. They don't believe in them. Friends and family are the worst members of the discouragement club. They know you intimate, and they know how to attack you and put you down. Sometimes it's sad, but it's kind of true. If they want to hurt you, the one who can hurt you the most are the one who love you the most, or the one that know you the most, and they know what are your weakness. So what I'm saying is that this belong concept that Airbnb came out, you belong anywhere, you can live like anyone else. Basically, you can go to San Francisco and you can live like a San Francisco, or I don't know how they say, like a local, because San Francisco does not belong to the people living there. It belongs to anyone. And if you can go in a house of a local, then they can welcome you like family, and then you can feel like you are a New Yorker or whatever. No, you are a local. But basically, what they're trying to say is this planet Earth belongs to everyone. Everyone can sleep anywhere. Anyone can welcome anyone. This idea, crazy enough, but if you think, it was a revolutionary, because then, I remember using Housetrip, and then I used Airbnb, and then I tried with Booking.com, and it was a terrible experience, Booking.com, because opposite to Airbnb, very loving, very open, very easy. They wanted to have 3 clicks, book any room in the world, and they manage. So they didn't ask any paper. It was like create a listing, much easier process than now. Now they made this wizard. I spend much more time now than before. I hope someone in Airbnb is listening a little bit more like they were doing back in the days. I know they did it stupid simple for the people who don't know a squat, but I kind of found it much easier in the very beginning. Sometimes even my father said, we are keep trying to change to improve, but actually something that is working is always working. So there is no need, for example, the wheel, there is no need to reinvent the wheel. And so I'm saying, Airbnb was this very friendly, very easy company, versus Booking was very unfriendly, very corporate, and very difficult. So the experience there to put my parents' apartment was extremely complicated. They wanted, the ownership contract, like they wanted to see that the property belonged to my family. I had to pass a lot of information, documents, and then it was a long process. I was account manager. They also BS me with a lot of things that were not true. They said, oh, you can do this, you can do that, and it was not true. And it's not a very, Airbnb is this light company, very not transparent, but more bright. you know, they have more positive energy. I think booking.com is this blue dark sometimes I feel this Dutch apartheid difficult rules, and I don't know, they don't make it easy. Opposite to Airbnb, those two let's call them punk or cockroach or whatever, those two millennial, those two young kids, we no money, we no place to live, they were gonna be evicted, and then out of that idea, that crazy idea, they open up millions of people homes, you know, with this dream that everyone can be an hotel owner and everyone can travel in everyone's home, you know. That's kind of amazing, revolutionary. What do you think? I think you know, this is amazing. This is something that is not happening every day, and that's why they call it a unicorn startup in the Silicon Valley. They were lucky enough to be accepted in the Y Combinator. We also apply, Paul Graham, if you are listening, you should also have a Mondosol. I think Mondosol has been underestimated because, you see, this is me and Lynn in Venice. It's also on Mondosol homepage, this photo here. But you know, the way we started, it's a completely different story, Airbnb and Mondosol. I just gonna tell shortly this, and then we're gonna wrap up. Mondosol, first of all, it's a love story now because it's me and Lynn that now we are married. But back in UK, in London, where I will be now 31st of October for the event Host 2019, we met actually not in London. We met in another city called Hisborn, close to Brighton by the sea. And so we both have this interest or passion for the travel industry. She was studying in University of Brighton tourism management, and I was working for a tour operator, Global Travel, the third tour operator in UK. You know, the first was Thomas Cook. Now it doesn't exist anymore. They bankrupt. And then she has been working before university for TUI, which is still the #1 tour operator in Europe. So we both had this love for travel. I've been traveling a lot, living, not just traveling, but living in many countries, and so she did. So we had this love for traveling versus, I don't know, Brian and Joe Gabbia, if they had this passion. I think they moved a little bit in United States, but I'm not so sure about their life. It's been moving in different continent and country. Doesn't matter. But we had this common passion. And I remember we went into education first because, you know, Lynn was coming to my country, to Italy, for trying a life there. And then she had a talent, which was English. And Italian, they're terrible in English. You can hear my English. So she decided to be an English teacher. Actually, I pushed her to do it. And it was very successful. So I helped her. We got hundreds and thousands of students. We teach private school. We teach public school. We teach companies. You know, all kinds of people. Kids, small kids to very old people. And then we always wanted to move to hospitality, to travel. So we brought those people in a bar, in a restaurant. We took them to a wine trip, I remember, and then we moved to Norway. And it wasn't until 2012, I think, or 13, we decided to do, you know, the first jump. We decided to do the test, to take our family and friends from Norway, bring it to Italy, and give them an experience. It wasn't about, you know, a hair mattress and belonging and homes. It was about cultural tourism. I remember Lynn in University of Brighton, she gave a dissertation. She gave the final exam. It was about cultural tourism. And I really loved what she was doing because I was doing that in 2006, many years before. I went to this little village, San Piero Patti, where I was physically 1 week ago or something. And I wanted to promote those hidden corner, wanted to promote this authentic experience. Like you go, you immerse yourself where they still have tradition. They haven't been contaminated and polluted by all this cosmopolitan globalization culture where you have now, you know, you take Milan in Italy, or you take Berlin or Oslo, and you don't really see many locals. You see mostly international people, which is a good thing. But I'm saying, if you want to see customs, let's say Abhinav in India, you probably need to go, even now in India that is transforming and there are still a lot of Indians, but you probably need to go to villages, because if you go to this cosmopolitan city, maybe they have lost a lot of tradition, they became more international. So we wanted to do this cultural tourism. We wanted people to experience what was typical, what was local. And ciao zia, zia Emilia. My aunt is giving me the thumbs up. Thank you, grazie zia. And so, we did this experience. We brought family and friends from Norway to Italy, and we asked them, what do you want to do? Do you want to learn Italian? We came with them, we escort them, we brought them around, we showed them, the most touristic place and the most untouristic place, the hidden, the hidden corner of the world, the one that you will never see, you will never read about it, because they are too small, but they are very typical, very special in a way. And so, from this idea, then we were just recommending accommodation. We knew a property owner which happened to be our first property owner. But from that experience, we just recommend three different accommodation, and they decided which one they wanted. And also we helped them with transportation, with food, and we were more like travel partners. We were travel assistant, whatever you want to call it, personal travel, I don't know. But we were there, for them, helping them for the language, helping them if they had any problem. I was the one with connection, and I knew a lot because I lived there. So about safety, security, and all those things, I was looking after them. And then we were also protecting them to have a best experience, because the host, back in the day, it was not really working with Mondosol. It was just providing an accommodation. So we had to talk with the owner and say, hey, you know what? The shower outside in the garden is rusty. You need to fix that. They want more towel. The towels are dirty, or the kitchen here, this piece is broken. They're missing this and that. So we were trying to protect their best interest, as well as we were trying to help the owner to give a better experience. So we find out after that experience that there was a big need for property owners to improve. Many of them, I gotta say, many of them, they are mediocre and they are very arrogant. Not everyone. Not maybe I'm thinking about the wrong one. Maybe if you are a property owner, you're very humble, you're very kind, and you will be listening everything we have to tell you. But we started in Airbnb in 2014. We became Superhost very, very quickly. We were one of the 30,000. There were only 30,000 Superhosts in 2014, 15, and 16 in the whole world. There were not so many hosts as now, and there were not so many Superhosts. So what I'm saying is that after 2016, we lost the super host status in Airbnb because those owners were not listening. They were probably too arrogant, too confident. That they knew it all. They had it all. They didn't have to do what we said because we didn't have anything. We didn't know anything. You're not going very far like this. You gotta be humble. You gotta fail your way to success. You gotta fail your way to success. And don't think you are successful. Success means making things happen. Doesn't mean you own. Go and read the etymology, the meaning of success, because things it's not like you're successful because you got a car, you got a house, you got some money, you got some beautiful people around you. That's not successful. Successful is when someone makes things happen. Someone makes things happen, solve problems, help people. That's successful people. That's the meaning of success. So we lost this, and we were very sorry. At the same time, we didn't lose our hope, and we continue. We still strive to help as many owners as possible to improve their game, to improve their hospitality business, to improve the property performance, their reputation in the marketplace. And with that, with the reputation, which is the foundation, comes also the monetization. We help them to make more money, because when people are happy, when more people are happy staying in your property, then guess what? More people want to pay to come. We have this property we got from the article. I told the journalist wrote an article about Mondosol. You can check on our website. There is an article called "The Landlord of Airbnb." We translated in English because it's in Italian, but I have linked for the skepticism and cynic. I have linked the article in the newspaper, which is the most important newspaper in Italy. So that article, brought us one property owner, and this property owner just said, okay, tell me what I need to do, I will do whatever you tell me. So he listened to us. That property now outperformed the competition. We are sold out in October for next year. Actually, we have to say no to so many people. This is because of hard work. I'm not saying we are perfect. I'm not saying we do everything well. I'm not saying anything. Like I said to you, don't quote me when I say I don't care about myself, but this is not really about me. So I'm not gonna compete with you. If you think you are number one, you are good. You are good. You are number one. You're perfect. You're fantastic. You're right. Just stay out of my way, but you're perfect. Now, what I'm trying to say is this instead, that we are working hard to make things happen every day. Every day we make things happen, and we are keep improving. So definitely it's not about perfection. It's about improvement and evolution. So we've been talking about the Airbnb story. Fantastic story. You can buy the book, the Airbnb story. You can buy many books about Airbnb. You can read, you can watch. There is a ton of material now if you want to know about Airbnb. I've been telling you now in the end the little story compared to Airbnb about Mondosol. Probably will be a much bigger story in the future. So stay tuned. And now, just because you are here until the end, I just wanted to tell you, go over to shop.mondosol.com, get your $10. I'm going to give you $10 so you can buy whatever you want from the shop. This is as a thank you. Just think as a thank you. You don't need to believe me. We even removed the shipping, so you don't need to pay anything extra. Just go on shop.mondosol.com, get whatever you want on the house. We will ship it to you. It will take up to 22 business days. And then you tell us if you like it, and you stay friends with us. We give you points so you can buy more stuff. You put your birthday, you get another $10. So when it's your birthday, you can buy yourself a present. You can recommend your friends and family if you like it, and you get more money for that. So we really want you to stay around. We don't want you to go. We want you to be a family. We want you to be, inside the local partner group. So join us today now on Facebook, local partner Mondosol. And if you have the possibility, meet me in London for the host event. And if you want, you can also meet Tsepo, Abhinav, Kemi, and all the other Mondosol team member, Alberto. We are public on social media. We are also available on our website. We're not gonna hide our emails and names, not yet, at least. We don't have any crazy people looking to kill us, hopefully. And stay tuned, because tomorrow we should have some guests. We should have some special guests tomorrow coming. And so thank you very much for watching. It's been a pleasure to be here in this show, in this episode, the Airbnb story, episode 10, season 2, brought to you by Mondosol today. I am Elio, and you are. Please let me know, write in the comment, but most of all, introduce yourself in the local partner Facebook group by Mondosol, and so we can be friends one day. You can come in our property. You can work with us. You can be joining the team. You can be working for any market. For example, Abhinav is working in India. Tsepo is working in South Africa. and Kemi is working in Nigeria, and Electra is working in Kenya, you know, Eduardo in Mexico. We have so many markets now opening because Mondosol is an international company. We just started very slow and organic to build up so that the company is very healthy, very solid. And now we are ready. We have strong shoulder to take the heavy weight of life. You know, when there is a hit, when there is a shake, a heartquake, we can take it because we have something strong. The principle, the foundation are very strong, so we can take whatever hit is going to come in the way. And believe me, during the 5 years, everything happened. So we have seen a lot of problems from guests, from hosts. So we're very strong, and we're gonna keep ourselves strong with mindset. You know, we're gonna work on our mind every single day. We're gonna work on ourselves to become a better person, to serve you, to give you more value, to give you everything we got for you, so that you can take advantage. You know, you can use it at your advantage. We are happy to serve you as long as this is useful to you, it's useful to us. Okay. Thank you very much for stay tuned. Go over to shop.mondosol.com, use the $10 to buy whatever you want, and see you soon.